Hey, Gail.
Good morning, Kat.
So,
How are you?
I'm good.
I'm over here.
No, you're not. I'm focusing only on the grinders. So, you've taken apart, disassembled, and we're going to do a compare of the Rocky versus the Preciso.
Yep.
All right.
So, these are, the Rocky has flat burrs, 50 millimeter, stainless steel. And the Preciso has 40 millimeter conical, and you can see the difference between the conical and the flat. This is considered flat, even though it isn't totally flat. But if you look, this goes up, the bottom burr goes up inside like a cone.
Okay.
Hence,
and these are like
conical.
meeting
They
together.
More or less meet.
Okay.
Yes. So, woohoo, woohoo, woohoo. I know. So, 1600 watts, 1400 watts. This is. I'll show you how. Well, we cleaned it. We took a brush to it. See, there would have been even more down there, even though there's still some there. So you take this, and it's going to be at about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and you'll feel it click down in there. You won't be able to turn it. Then you put this rubber ding dong back on. This little dam keeps the beans from going down inside the motor. And then on the bean hopper, you have a nubbin here and a nubbin here, one's smaller than the other, and you see the grooves that correspond.
Okay.
And put it back on, and then click. This will not work in this position where the bean hopper comes out.
Okay.
There's a little micro switch in there, and until you turn it over to about 38, 39, then it'll click in. They don't want you grinding your fingers, in other words.
Got it.
So that's that one.
Okay.
And then the Rocky. This, we should get this out of here before we put it back together. That raises cane with the threads. Make sure you get this not cross-threaded, that it's nice and going, because it should go down in there fairly easily. And then you take it down all the way. Okay, so now we got it down all the way until you can't go any further.
Okay.
And then what you're going to want to do is, this is the finger guard. We took this apart earlier. It's got the 3 screws in there. I like to put the screws down in here first, like this. So, because I've tried to put the screws down in there afterwards, they go down into
the grinder.
So what you're going to want to do is have the zero facing like that, and have this line up with that. So I think we need to back it off just a little bit.
Have the screws line up with the little...
With the screws, those 3 screws
have to line up to their... Got it, okay.
To those guys there. And when we get the screwdriver, back over here, you'll be able to tell if you're lined up or not. And you can always rotate it just ever so slightly.
So that's one of the reasons why, because that that number reference is a sticker. So if they don't put it on straight on the right place, that's why people could sort of have their 0 point actually be a little bit beyond the 0.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. The sticker is just a reference, like you just said.
Because they put that sticker on before they put the hopper on.
Yep.
So they put the sticker on, and then they're like, oh, it's a little bit off.
There is a line-up point under here, and I can't show her. The screws will all fall out, but the zeros there's a little spot on the hopper
that they should line it up at
on the plastic mold.
Okay.
I know. I just happen to notice that it seems to correspond with the 0, but you got to find those holes. There is a stop on there that keeps it from going below 0, so that you can't have those burrs touching each other and angle each other.
Yeah.
So, got that in there.
Okay.
Nice and tight. Now, see, you can, now, there's your 0. See, it's not perfect, but it's very close. Sometimes it's down here.
Okay.
Sometimes it's over here.
Right.
We're going to test the consistency of the 2 grinders. This is at the finest, or the coarsest on the Preciso, and this is the coarsest on the Rocky. On the Rocky,
and we did switch out. This is the doserless version. Nice row gravel.
Steer on your own side of the plate.
Hey.
No, this guy. So I'll have to grind down into there and then just take it out. Let me, oh, wow, woohoo. I didn't know if there might have been some left in the burrs. We didn't grind it out ahead of time, but I can see. I'm thinking there weren't nothing there.
Wow.
Look at it.
Okay, yeah.
Wow.
So that Preciso definitely goes a lot coarser, and the consistency is
way off.
Way off compared to the Rocky.
Yeah.
Still not ideal on both, but
I mean, maybe if the Rocky went up to that level of coarseness, it'd be that inconsistent too.
so we took it down to their finest settings.
Yep. Lumpy, lumpy.
Mm-hmm.
Not quite as clumpy, lumpy. So this one goes coarser all along, the whole way. Doesn't go quite as fine as the Sylvia.
Oh yeah, wow, this is very talcum powder
Look at
like.
and you can see the consistency when I smashed it down. You can see
Yeah.
a little bit off, but let's see. Let me do the same over here. Much more consistent.
Yeah. So obviously with the Rocky, you're going to have likely a little bit more room to move in the dialing in area. But one of the things we didn't talk about, Gail, is the stepped differences.
Yeah. This is a step grinder which goes from point A to point B. I mean, you don't have anything in between. It's 1 and then 2 and then 3, but there's nothing in between. This is also a step grinder, but what you get on this one is if you're at number 3, like we are, whatever it is, 5 or whatever, now you have 11 more settings at that number.
And that's basically just minorly moving it
Yes.
in between those two notches. Okay.
Yes. So we're not taking it from 5 to 6. We're going 5.1, 2,
Yeah.
3, 4, 5.
And
6.
so while the Rocky obviously can go a little bit more fine, you can dial the Preciso in a little bit more.
Yeah, you can get fine tune a little bit more.
Okay.
But this does go down to talc. I mean,
Yeah.
this is like way fine, really nice. I think at the finest point on this one, you're going to be doing something for the Sylvia or something like that, but you're not going to be able to go any finer.
Yeah. Cool. All right.
Ooh, look at
Anything
tea
else
leaves.
you?
It's like tea leaves.
I know.
What do we got going on here?
Anything else you want to compare, Gail? Obviously, there's a little bit of a difference in price, not a ton, but
Timer on this one.
okay.
Let me put this back in.
And obviously, the Rancilio comes in either the doserless, that version, or the doser, which we showed originally.
Yep. So this one has a timer on the side, or you can put your portafilter under here. Come on, portafilter.
The portafilter doesn't want to come out.
Didn't want to come out. Yeah, or you can do like this and dose right down in.
Okay.
On the Rocky, it's simply a push button down here. Now on the doserless, it's a rocker switch here. It springs back.
Okay. And that's why you need 3 hands to change the grind finer.
Now on the doser grinder, the button stays on. It does
You
not
could just
rock.
kick it on.
You can turn it on or turn it off. The one thing about the doserless that's kind of nice if you're doing French press or something like that, this comes out, the portafilter holder, and then you can put something like this under there, some container
Yeah.
to to catch your. So
Catch your grounds. Cool. All
stainless
right.
steel casing on this, plastic with stainless steel accents up in here.
Is this stainless steel or this just
Back here.
powder coated steel?
This is stainless back.
And then this is powder coated steel up here?
Yes,
Okay.
exactly. Stainless,
Oh, I see,
powder
okay.
coated, plastic chute.
Nice.
LB.
And a beautiful blue hue.
The blue hue. This comes off too for
Cleaning.
dumping. The blue hue, I think, is supposed to preserve the coffee from UV.
Yeah, similar to how like this is darkened too.
Yeah, this has got hey,
Nice, Gail.
charcoal.
All right, so that is the comparison between the Rancilio Rocky and the Baratza Preciso. Thank you.
That's the deal.
Thank you very much, Gail.
You're welcome.